It's a step towards war, but it doesn't necessarily have to lead to war between the two countries. The background is that about 2 weeks ago, the border post at Tel Abyad fell to the rebel forces. They now occupy it. The government forces are trying to take it back. Over the border, at that border crossing, there lies Turkey. There's a railway line, and then not far from there is a town. Today, missiles fired from inside Syria hit that Turkish town and killed 5 civilians, including children. It is not known who fired the missiles, but the suspicion is on the government, firing them towards the border post, and they've hit the town. The Turks have now hit back, we think, targeting positions of the Syrian army. Since then, NATO ambassadors are now meeting in Brussels, but crucially, Turkey has invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty. Article 4 calls for urgent consultations. It shows how seriously they're taking it that they've called it immediately tonight, haven't waited until tomorrow, and they've retaliated militarily. But, 2 things. They did not call an Article 5 meeting. That is an attack on one member is an attack on all. They haven't done that yet, and so that does not mean they have to try and get NATO in to help them. The second thing is public opinion may be assuaged by the counter-attack. Public opinion in Turkey does not want a war with Syria, and at the moment, this and that, tit for tat, may end it, but the next move is Syria.
Okay, Tim, thank you.
Well, the shell came into a town called Akçale, and it apparently hit a house where it killed a woman and 3 children and 2 other people nearby. It occurred in the late afternoon, and it's the latest in this rising tension that is in danger of spilling over into Turkey.
Do you have any details or any sense for us as to what targets were chosen?
Well, it's unclear that Turkey's response, according to their Prime Minister's statement, was immediate, and they said that they would respond. Any such attack would be met with a response within the parameters of international law. They said that they used radar to identify targets. It's believed that the shelling, the artillery that was responsible for the attack was identified and was targeted. But Turkey's also building up a massive diplomatic offensive. It's been on the phone to the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, the Arab League, and its most key priority is NATO. And there's going to be a meeting tomorrow of ambassadors, and Turkey has been pressing for NATO to support it and to protect it from what it sees as this threat from the conflict in Syria. So they will be looking to NATO in particular for some sort of support.
There is a danger, I suppose, that Turkey as a nation could be drawn into what is effectively a civil war going on there. Are they actually, in retaliation today, they're attacking Syrian government forces, I suppose?
Well, that's right. I mean, a few months ago, a Turkish military plane was shot down by the Syrian forces, and Turkey has threatened on several occasions that it would act against Syria if the conflict threatened its own country. But it's been very clear that it will not act unless it has the support of the international community. If not the United Nations, certainly it will look for NATO for some support, and it will say that as we're a NATO member and we are being threatened by a country, we expect all NATO members to support the country and protect it. And they will be looking for some sort of NATO, possibly some sort of military response from NATO. But Turkey's been very clear it will not act alone. It realizes it's a very dangerous, volatile situation, and it's been consistently pushing for international support to intervene into Syria. But it's also been clear that it will not do that on its own.